Good evening, everybody. It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood, live here on the IE Network. We're also live here on Twitter. We're also live here on Twitch. Boy, oh boy. First day of the trial, and things are already crazy. Let's catch you up on everything that we need to get caught up on. Because it's wild out here. It's wild out here. Shout out to everybody that's out there in YouTube world. Shout out to everybody that's out there. Just put a 1 in the chat if you can hear your boy. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. And this is the first day of the Diddy trial. We got the jury selection is going on right now. 1 in the chat, thank you very much. Shout out to Nappy Boy. And we already got stuff that's going on, man, and we got questions already. I know I do. My questions have not been answered yet. But we got some questions today, day 1 of the biggest trial probably ever. This might, at the end of the day, depending on what's on the line and what comes out during the trial, this could be bigger than OJ. It might be. This could turn out to be bigger than OJ Simpson. All right? Now, of course, there's not cameras allowed in the courtroom, but I'm going to share my screen and let you see some of the things that I've been seeing. Shout out to Inner City Press. They've been doing live stream, right? What's this thing in my way? Just share referral link. Like, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Trying to get this link out of here. All right. So, comments. Now, Diddy came out. He's in they allowed him to wear regular clothes, right? They allowed him to, I heard he had his hair trimmed. Salute Jeremiah, aka Canadian Plug. I heard he had his hair trimmed. He still had the white beard going on. Hugged his lawyers when he came in. And let me tell you something. The key to this trial is Brian Steele. Brian Steele is going to be the key to this trial because Brian Steele just pretty much got Young Thug out of a RICO. And the evidence against Young Thug seemed way more than it was against Diddy, than it is against Diddy. From what we know. From what we know. From what we know, the evidence against Young Thug was way more than the evidence they have against Diddy as far as the RICO goes. Right? Because it's going to be kind of hard to get Diddy on a RICO when it's looking like there are no co-conspirators, and it's looking like he's the only guy. It's looking like Diddy is the head and the middle and the bottom. No pun intended. He looks like he's the top and the bottom. So as far as the RICO goes, it's going to be hard to pin a RICO on him when it's one person. And I'm sure Brian Steele will bring that up. Now, as far as Tenny Gare goes and Mark Agnafolio and these other people there, I really have not been impressed with them. It seems as though, like, the judge and the prosecution is bullying them. They bullied them so far they wasn't even able to get the guy a bond. Having them be able to get the guy a bond. So I don't know how much faith I have in Mark Agnafilio. What's her name? Shapiro, not Spiro. Shapiro, Laurie Shapiro, I think her name is, and then you got Agnafilio, and then you have Kenny Gallegos. I mean, I don't know exactly what's up, Apples. I don't know exactly whether I trust Diddy's lawyers going forward. So if I'm him, I'm looking at Brian Steele. They said he has 8 lawyers, right? They said Diddy has 8 lawyers. So we're going to find out. Let me ask Grok. Shout out to Grok. We're going to ask Grok, who are these 8 lawyers that Diddy has? Diddy's 8 lawyers for the trial. I'm going to share my screen with you guys in a minute. But we're going to get into the live tweeting from my boy over at Inner City Press, right? So Diddy's 8 lawyers are Mark Agnafilio, Tenny Garagos. Those are the main 2. Brian Steele just joined. Alexander Shapiro, all right? Xavier Donaldson. Those are the main ones. Now, Anthony Rico, as we know, quit. And we don't have the remaining 3 names. Maybe we'll end up getting them. But the main person here, to me, even though Mark Agnafilio is the lead attorney, Mark Agnafilio and Alexander Shapiro has not impressed me so far. Because Diddy has been in jail a whole 7 months. And everybody else that went to jail, they got out on some sort of bond. And Diddy is still locked up. And he hasn't even been proven guilty yet. Wayne says, free Diddy. Well, Wayne, we're getting ready to see. We're getting ready to embark on a trial. They said the trial is going to be approximately 8 weeks. So it's going to be 8 weeks, including opening test from opening to closing. It's going to be 8 weeks. Now, let's go over exactly what Diddy is on trial for. All right? So we're going to break down all the charges of what Diddy is on trial for. All right? Just so we can get an idea of exactly what he's on trial for, because a lot of people get confused. A lot of people say, oh, I saw that video. I don't need to see the trial. You're confused. He is not on trial for the video. A lot of people don't understand that. But he's not on trial for the video. All right? But he's on trial. And we're going to bring this up. I'm going to share the screen. Right? Share the screen. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, please, coming in the door. Right? Share screen. Rock. Now, so what exactly is Sean Puffy Combs on trial for? Right? So we can get this going and no one will have any mis misinterpretation of what he's on trial for. Okay? So share the screen here. What's going on? You guys, let me know what you can see this because we have to share the screen. Hold on a second. So he's on trial. Racketeering, conspiracy count one. Searching Combs is accused of leading a criminal organization referred to as the Combs Enterprise, which included his business Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, and Combs Global Associates. The enterprise allegedly engaged in a pattern of criminal activity to fulfill Combs' sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. All right, that's what they're saying. Here, Rob, share. What's going on this thing? So that's count one, right? That's count one. Rob, screen, try capturing the screen. See if this continues. Everybody can't capture that screen. That's dumb. Maybe because it's cropped. Maybe because it's a conversation. All right. What I'm going to do is bring up on the screen all of the tweets, the live tweets that happened from Inner City, right? Inner City had his live tweets going, and then I tell you, they are one of the few who are in their live, right? They're one of the few that are in their live. But remember, there's no cameras, it's not being televised. But the few that do get elected to come inside, they will be live tweeting the entire case, the entire trial. So you're going to get live play by play, but you're going to get live play by play, but it's just not going to be, in person. That's count one. Alleged crimes and conspiracy set trafficking, forced labor, that means they forced them to work, or threatened them, kidnapping, taking advantage of will, arson, I'm sure that's when they cut it far allegedly, bribery, trying to bribe people to be quiet, obstruction of justice, he tried to interfere on camera witnesses, narcotics distribution, he was selling drugs, he had people bringing drugs and was selling them, encouraged and enticement to engage in prostitution. He was convincing and encouraging them Okay. Now what? Now tell me. Tell me I'm breaking up now. How about now? Let me know. Okay. All right. Just had to do a little bit of maintenance. If y'all can hear me better, put a one in the chat, please. One in the chat. If y'all can hear me, put a one in the chat. Good. All right, guys. So I'm going to try to share the screen and go over to Matthew Russell Lee, and he is from Inner City Press, right? Now, these were all live tweets. These were all live tweets. Share screen, Inner City Press. These were live tweets, y'all. For some reason, these go down. Y'all let me know. But you should be able to see this screen, right? And you'll be able to check out his live tweets. Let's go now. Okay. All right. This is Inner City Press, Matthew Russell Lee, and he started tweeting from the beginning, right? Okay. Jury selection started today. He wants to say, did he do it? All right. Adjourned for the day, so today is over with. But this is pretty much how it happened from the moment it came in, right? I don't know what's going to part. There are people who talking. This jury selection is crazy. They done mentioned Michael B. Jordan. They done mentioned Kanye West. Now, what I want to know is, does that mean Michael B. Jordan is going to be a witness in this trial? Does that mean that Kanye West is going to be a witness in this trial? What does all this mean? Right? Dallas Austin name got mentioned. Dawn Richard name got mentioned. And you see, I see what they're doing here. Diddy, I don't see how he's able to get a fair trial. I don't see how. Because they're allowing people to stay on the jury that's heard of Diddy, that's been involved in sexual assault in the past, right? And when those people are involved, they're supposed to be excused. They're supposed to be excused. So here was the vlog, Sean Combs jury selection. So this was the first tweet, and he said the jurors were brought into the courtroom. He said, this is a criminal case, U.S. versus Sean Combs. I expect the trial to run for approximately 8 weeks. Justice depends on all of you. You've all filled out the long questionnaire. In a few minutes, I'll ask more. Right? Defense says at the sidebar, what was the court going to tell jurors about the level of confidentiality? I asked because if the potential juror believes this would be entirely confidential, that relates to candor. Judge said, I'm not going to lie to the jurors. All right? Now remember, this is the defense, this is the judge, and of course, it is the state. Right? Let's take a look and see what he has under here. Let's open it up, guys. and get all the responses so we don't miss the entire thread. Right? It's just crazy. This is crazy that OJ's was on TV and this is not going to be on TV. If during the process you would prefer to answer a question not in open court, right? Because it is sensitive, we'll do it out of earshot. The transcript will be visible only to the parties themselves. You'll answer aloud premonitory challenges. Judge says, let me give you a brief summary of the case. There is one defendant on trial, Sean Puffy Combs. One defendant. And other names, Love, Diddy, Puffy Daddy. He said Puffy Daddy. Now, he has pleaded not guilty, and he is presumed to be innocent. There are 5 counts: racketeering, conspiracy, kidnapping, sex trafficking for prostitution, and male commercial sex workers. He denied all of it. Our schedule is to be ready for May 12th for the trial. First week, 9:30 to 5, and then 9 to 3. Swear them in. Does anyone you not swear on oath? Do you affirm under the penalty of perjury? Thank you. You may be seated. So this is, I believe, 50 jurors that they have, right? 50 jurors. Hold on. Let's make sure. So, back to Matthew. I'll get the screen back up for you in a minute. He says, these are cool. Since you filled out the questionnaire, have you read about the case? Do you have training in addiction, sexual abuse? Have you worked for law enforcement? Ever being in a lawsuit? Ever been accused or been a victim of a crime? Now, this is all in the questionnaire that they ask, right? Are you impacted by allegations of rape, guns, intimate partner violence, etc.? Views of artists in the hip-hop community? Cooperators with immunity? Pseudonyms? 14 is anything else? When you are called back, you'll be shown a list of persons and places. Okay, escort them back to 26B. All rise. The prospective jurors leave. In 1 minute, female returns. Starts to read the binder of people and places. So here's the AUSA. Let the juror keep the copy of the binder in order to say only numbers, not the true names of victims. Now, she said the numbers, not the true names of victims, but all the people here have numbers. Keep that in mind. Please bring in juror number 2. I know you have changed to review the list, a chance to review the list. Any people you know of. Juror number 2 said male, number 88, Michael B. Jordan. What? Wait a minute. Wait 1 cotton picking minute. Why is Michael B. Jordan on this list? We have not heard the name Michael B. Jordan this entire lawsuit, right? But this person says, I recognize Michael B. Jordan's name. Juror 2 said also, what's up, Ashanti? Juror number 2 said also, Mike Myers, the actor. Also 190, place number 3, Essex House Hotel. I used to work there. And 9, the Peninsula. Judge, could you be fair? Juror 2, yes. What the hell you think he gonna say? Now let me tell you something. This is so bogus. Man, they trying to put Diddy under the jail. Now, listen. If you wanted to be on this trial, right? It could be Cassie's cousin. It could be one of Cassie's old friends. And if they get on there and they say, "Can you be fair?" You know what they're gonna say? Yes. Because they want to get in there and convict Diddy. So I believe it should be back how it was back in the days. If you get on a trial as big as this, you should have to take a lie detector test. And they're going to ask you these questions under a polygraph. So for you to say, "Oh no, I don't really know Diddy," for somebody to say that, they need to be under polygraph. That's what they need to do. They need to be under polygraph. Can't say that, Cindy. The man has not been convicted yet. That's one thing I don't do. Everybody deserves a fair trial, and everyone is innocent until proven guilty. You can't read what you see on the internet and say he belongs under the jail, because you don't know how many of those things that he's done. The only thing you know of is that video, but he is not on trial for the video. I don't know how many times I got to repeat that to people. If everyone else gets a fair trial, you got people who's on trial for murder and everything else, but they have to go through the process. So once he goes through the process and the 12 jurors vote, that's what the conviction will be. Or that's what the decision will be. So you're not putting anybody under, this is America, you're not putting anybody under the jail before you prove that they're guilty and they belong there. If you prove that they're guilty and they belong there, so be it. But until then, at least not me. If you're looking for that on this channel, well, sorry, I'm not going to give you that. Well, I'm going to go strictly by what's being said and strictly by the case. We're going to follow the case day by day. Same thing we did with the Tory Lanez case. We didn't say nobody was guilty. I said with the Tory Lanez case, I'm going to wait until it's all over to see what they decide. Once they decide whether he's guilty or innocent, then we will go from there. But again, everyone likes to say, "I saw the video." Yeah, but he's not on trial for the video. Just because the video is being used to try to prove coercion, but he's not on trial for the video. Because if he was on trial for the video, he probably wished he was on trial for the video, because that would be domestic violence. So I'm sure Diddy, if he had a chance to be on trial for the video instead of this, he would take that in a heartbeat. He would say, "Okay, yeah, put me on trial for the assault, because this is way worse than assault." Right? It's way worse than assault. All right. Again, yeah, but there are so many witnesses, and they are trying to get the evidence. Okay, but again, you're saying there's so many witnesses. We don't know how many witnesses there are. We have to wait. The trial hasn't even started. And the only thing they're doing is announcing names. How do you know Michael B. Jordan's not there to testify for Diddy? They named Kanye West. Kanye West is going to probably be a witness for Diddy. So we don't know who is going to be a witness against Diddy and who's a witness for Diddy. They're just throwing names out there right now to see if people know the names. We have no idea how much evidence they have. Only thing that we've heard is what the internet has been saying. But the internet is not the state. The state has not been releasing the evidence that they have to blogs. People are just creating that stuff for clicks and views. They don't know what real evidence they have. Just like how they said he's up for a RICO. Well, everyone knows that you can't be charged with a RICO by yourself. And from what we hear, the judge said today, this is the only defendant. So that means there are no co-defendants. There are no conspirators. The judge said it today. There is one defendant. Right? So this is Diddy. Now, if the state is going to hit him with a RICO, they need other people involved for it to be a RICO. We'll have to see how that pans out. Right? So now, back to the questionnaire. She says, hold on. There's a lot of stuff, man. The judge said, well, you ain't going. All right, so now they're asking people, right? They're pretty much asking jurors about the questionnaire, right? The people are saying they see Kanye West, they notice Michael B. Jordan, right? Hold on. Man, shout out to Inner City Press, because boy was he tweeting everything. He was tweeting everything. Okay. He tweeted the whole shebang. 52. I see no grounds. Okay, I'm Department of Corrections in charge of incarcerated counts. Next is juror 55. You got an open bottle ticket. Yes. I see no grounds to exclude. Both parties agreed. Juror 58 said, I sued the Port Authority. I hurt my back in an escalator. They settled. Right? Judge, you were arrested for fraud? Juror 58. I was in a car accident, went to physical therapy, but it got raided. I was accused of insurance fraud. I pled guilty. The judge says, I see no grounds to excuse. So people that, oh man, Diddy screwed. So people are on here that's been arrested and accused of fraud, and the judge is saying, oh, I see no reason to exclude them. Right? Oh man, hold on, y'all. There is also so the guy that says Mike Myers, right? The actor, also 190. I worked there. Here goes the judge. Could you be fair? Yes. Of course he's gonna say yes. Judge in the questionnaire, question 10. Can you explain your yes? Can we discuss in open court? Yes, my sister was beaten by my ex-husband years ago. By her ex-husband. A black eye resulting in the termination of their marriage. Judge, can you be fair? Yes. Of course he's going to say yes. I'm sorry. Anybody that has anything to do with sexual assault should not be allowed on this jury, because you're not going to be fair. You're going to be biased for Cassie. Cassie's not even on trial. You're going to be biased for the state. They should not allow anyone who is like a rapper who used to like Biggie, or that could be for Puffy, or anything like that. They should not be allowed on the jury. This should be fair and impartial. Shanti says, I feel like, let's see what Shanti said. Let's see what Mr. Shanti said. Let's see. So, Shanti, I feel like it's going to be a mess, just like Young Thug's trial. Probably. I agree. Yeah. I mean, again, Everybody hates Diddy and everybody wants to see him go to jail. However, it has to be fair. You allow everyone. Donald Trump ain't went to jail. Look at all them things. They give him a fair trial, right? But it seems like to me, this is what I get from the evidence that I know that's had. It seems to me that the state went out there and put all that stuff out there for social media, and now to try to sway the jury pool and to take the jury pool. So then by the time they address the people already have in their head that he's guilty. I believe that's what they wanted. Now there's coming down time for the trial. I mean, they don't have any more people for Rico. So I don't know how they're supposed to pull that off, right? And I believe they're trying to get people on this jury that they know are going to see him as guilty right off the bat, right? So you reviewed the list. Any of them you recognize? This is juror number 133. No, female. She softly says, 133. A celebrity. Could you be fair? Yes. Of course you can. You want to be on this case. I know there are a lot of celebrities on this list. She already sounded starstruck. Put them to the side. And the places, I don't know them. So she said she knows nothing about the places. Here goes another juror. I have a family member who went through something like this. So it would be difficult to sit through this. It would make me uncomfortable. Judge, I excuse this juror. Head on down to the jury room. Get him up out of here. Right? So that juror basically saying, I would feel uncomfortable, get me out of here. Right? Which I appreciate their honesty. They're saying they would not feel comfortable doing this. And I appreciate their honesty. Right? Let's go to the next one. I mean, this is crazy. Bring in juror 5. What about the list? Knew none of them, but 4A and C. You had training, juror 5. E-learning on sexual harassment, and I've seen psychiatrists. You have crazy your damn self. Judge, you had their services. Judge, here go the juror. Yes, I can be fair. So they just asking people, can you be fair? And here the people, yes. What the hell you think they gonna say? They trying to get on this trial. They trying to get out of work for 2 months. They want to be a part of if they don't like Diddy, they want to be a part of putting him in the jail. If they like him, they want to be a part of freeing him. Juror 5 leaves. Oh, on question 7 of the questionnaire. Juror 5, I am against capital punishment. Judge, question 26. What have you heard about the case? Juror 5, last week I saw a video of the defendant allegedly assaulting another person in a hotel, presuming innocence. So then the judge, now if this one stays, then you know it's something fishy. She said assaulting another person in a hotel. So juror 5 leaves. Judge, I see no ground to excuse for cause. You? Asa. Agnafilio, no. Judge says bring in juror 6. So juror 5 gets to stay. Juror 6, I had HR training and my son is a law clerk in Connecticut. Judge, you have great handwriting. You say an image 6, hotel hall. Right? This is crazy. Let's see the thread after that. Okay. Hotel hall. Judge to the parties. Any more questions, Miss Comey? Miss Comey is the AUSA, Maureen Comey. She is a pain in the neck, and Diddy got his hands full with her. Here's Mr. Agnafilio. Yes. Whispered sidebar. Judge, in question 27, you said the image could be damning. Why did you say that? Juror 6, it was a photo. It didn't seem to be something wanted. Judge, I don't see grounds to exclude that juror. Also Comey, I agree. Combs' lawyer says she used strong language, damning evidence. She tried to rehabilitate herself, but judge says, okay, I'll exclude juror 6 for cause. So there's one juror that got kicked out. AUSA Comey says she said but presumed innocent. And we're the ones who decided not to use the CEN video. There's been no ruling by Your Honor. Judge, based on the questionnaire, I am excluding her. Let's move to juror 15. So that juror got excluded. Juror 15 is a male. I just started a new job in a hotel. Judge, excused. Get your ass up out of here. Next, juror 20, female. Number 88 and 116. Judge, musicians. Juror 20, I have a training May 12th to 15th. Judge, if you're selected, you're not going. Well, you shouldn't have brought your ass down there. I have a training May 12th to 15th, right? The judge says, oh, well, if you're selected, you ain't going. So now this is funny. Watch this juror now. After the judge said you ain't going, watch this juror. She tried to make up mad excuses to get out of it. Sis, it's already too late. You should have came on there and said, I can't be partial because I was involved in sexual assault. That's what you should have said, right? This is some BS. I agree. So the judge basically told her, you can forget that training, sis. If you get picked here, because you're gonna be here 8 weeks. So here goes. She says, I was a mandated reporter as a teacher at Paracle School in the Bronx. I have a friend on Yonkers Police Department. You think they would let her? You see, she's trying to get out of it. Here, juror 20. When I was 16, I was caught shoplifting. She said, when I was 16, I was caught shoplifting, Judge. At Universal Studios, Harry Potter World. I had to be a lawyer. Judge, what did you take? Juror 20, a wand. Judge, you may have liked a post on Instagram. Juror 20, it was a comedian about the baby oil. So they out here laughing at the baby oil jokes. Right there, the judge should say, nah, it was just a comedy seller comedian. No one I follow. The judge, I don't see any grounds to excuse. Wow, Diddy, man. Man, oh man, this is crazy. It's so messed up. They not even Diddy ain't gonna have a fair chance by the time the trial starts. This is nuts. By the time the trial starts, he's not gonna have a chance. Right? So here we go. He says both sides actually agreed. The freaking defense actually agreed to that. Next is number 22. I heard about this lady. Female, you have an ocular migraines? Juror 22, hasn't happened in months. When it does, I cover my eyes 20 to 40 minutes. Judge says, what is your employment? Juror 22. Web maintenance, secretarial. I took trailer training, right? Juror 22. This is real life. Whatever is going to occur in your courtroom. Judge says, what's bothering you? Juror 22. It's unfamiliar to me to have my answers matter very much. Judge, so kidnapping, arson, can you be fair? It is foreign to me like a problem. Juror 22. Um, Question. Why is it USA versus Sean Combs? Oh my God. Get her up out of there. She crazy. Instead of a person versus Sean Combs. I was just curious. I saw someone get run over by a train. I was okay with it. I mean, not okay, but I did not become a second problem. I tend to shut down, and call 911. Video was detached. What? I was once drunk. Now, this Juror 22. I was once drunk and disorderly in Massachusetts. Judge, could you be fair? Juror 22. Yes. Wow. Oh man, dude, Diddy's in trouble, man. Wow, this is so fucked up. Could you take 8 weeks off your job? I will ask them. AUSA Comey. Question Tim. She said prefer answer in person. Juror 22. I'm fine. Yo, this is wild. This is wild. So you go up there acting crazy. Oh, can you might be crazy, but can you be fair? So then it says, juror, I'm a dentist. My parents didn't pay him. I guess it is something else they're talking about, some sort of charge. My parents didn't pay him. They sent me to work for him. Oh, okay, this is somebody who got sexually assaulted by a dentist. I was confused about authority. I went to, I guess you could call it therapy about it. A dentist? What did he do? Just kissing and fondling. Judge, how long did it last? 2 years. Okay, Cassie. Let me stop. Let me stop. So she says 2 years. I think there is abuse every day. Oh no, here's Juror 22 back. I think there's abuse every day. I think it made me a better person. Ultimately, perpetrators are often unaware. Some fulfill a victim role. Judge, don't go look up what RICO is. Combs, Agnafilio. Marie approached. He probably like, wait a minute. You know who this? Ashanti. Don't this woman remind you of that Chinese dude on Power? That's like, I just want to be loved. Can I need to be loved? I just have this void in my heart. It just keeps going and going, and I just can't seem to stop it. Ashanti, don't she remind you of him? I can't wait to have your new drugs coming here. Oh my God. So here we go. So Agnafilio's like, dude. So here we go again, right? So it says, Mimi approached, whispered sidebar. Judge, is there anything from the dentist's office? Can you be fair? Juror 22, yes. Here goes the judge. Back to courtroom 26B. Juror 22 leaves. Judge, I see no reason to excuse. Of course you don't, because you want Diddy to go to jail. Here goes Combs' lawyer. She shut down and misdirected or redirected. I sense a struggle within her. Judge, overruled. Oh, wow. Wow. So the judge overruled him because Diddy's lawyer said, oh no, I see, I sense her struggling because she's been sexually assaulted by the dentist. And the judge overruled him. So Diddy then says, bathroom break. No. Combs' lawyer says, bathroom break. Judge says, let's try to get through at least 10 jurors. Diddy says, I'm a little nervous today. Judge, okay, we'll break. If Lycan can, okay, that's something. Okay, we'll break. So Diddy sneaks out and comes out and says, I'm a little nervous. You need to go to the bathroom. He probably had the shit. He probably like, oh my God, I'm done. I should have took the plea. He probably saw them jurors and like, oh my God. So now they're back. Judge, please take a seat. Anything about your views on Kanye West would make you unfair? Juror, as a male, no. Yeah, you're probably a white male and you probably like everything Kanye West saying. Judge, what do you know about this case? Juror, accusation of violent behavior. I saw the hallway video while at the gym. Dragging, I saw. You saw that whole video, lying ass. Combs' lawyer, a quick sidebar. Judge, very briefly. Judge, last question. Did you ever talk with other people about this case? Juror, no. Judge, have you expressed an opinion? Juror, no, I don't have social media. Judge, okay, back to 26B. Judge, no objections? None. Judge, you can just pass questions up to me. AUSA Comey. I'd like to see them first. Judge, of course. Next juror is number 28 on question 13. You said yes on accusation of crime. Juror 28 is a lady. She said, my mom worked for a bank and stole money. You thieving ass mama. Judge, you wrote unsure. Juror 28. All I know is he was arrested. Leaves. Judge, no grounds to exclude her. Oh my God. My thing is the video isn't what he's being charged for about. So what's the relevance here? Thank you, Ashanti. That's why Diddy was trying to get the video thrown out. But they know that video is their smoking gun. That video is that's all they really have. Without that video, their whole case falls apart. Right. Some of the jurors are thinking, oh, because of the video. I absolutely agree. So it says, all I know is he was arrested, leaves. Judge, no grounds to exclude her. Both sides agree. Okay, juror 29, you travel for work. Can you stop? Juror 29 says, inconvenience, but I could do it. Judge, where do you work? Check this out. Juror, HBO. Wow. Didn't HBO do a Diddy documentary? Oh, didn't they do the downfall of Diddy? That's just crazy. So, any people on the list you recognize? Duh, she worked for HBO. Michael B. Jordan and Kid Cudi. I don't know his music. Also, my sister and I were molested by a family member. Judge says, who? What difference does it make who? A cousin. I think I would feel empathy for victims, but I am logical. He is basically telling him, I would probably feel empathy for victims, but I'm logical. Juror, I've seen the video. It was disturbing, but I don't know the full story. Combs, Agnephilic, we have proposed a question. Hands to OUSA Comey. Judge, has the case been discussed at HBO? The juror in the hall that he was arrested. Right? Next juror, I recognize the name of Kanye West. Wait. Now listen. Now, this man, right? This man basically told them, I would have empathy for victims. I've seen the video. It was disturbing. Right? And then, yes, the case has been discussed in the hallways at HBO, in the hall that he was arrested. You know what the judge said? I see no grounds to exclude. Wow. Combs acting for, this is what I'm saying. Diddy's lawyer, get in there! What the hell are you doing? This dude is terrible! What the hell are Diddy's lawyers doing? They just letting everything go through. No objections, no nothing. Oh, Diddy, you in trouble, brother. You should have hired Alex Spiro, dog. You should have hired Alex Spiro or hired Steele from the beginning. But I know he was on the Young Thug case, so he couldn't come. I see no ground to exclude. Agnafilo says HBO put out a negative documentary, The Fall of Diddy. It's the past 6 weeks. Here goes the judge. Miss Comey, you're gonna ask the AUSA, Miss Comey, appearance of impropriety? Here goes the AUSA. No, HBO makes a lot of documentaries. Judge, I overrule for now. Wow. 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 This is listen, I know people don't like Diddy, right? But if you can listen to this, if you listen to this and say that this is fair, come on, man. Stop capping. It's already unfair. Next juror. I recognize the name of Kanye West. I'm a chief marketing officer at Simon & Schuster. We have a book by another hip-hop artist. It's a memoir. Do you believe me now? Judge, by a male artist? The judge don't even fucking know. Isn't that Al B. Shore's book? You dumbass. Juror, yes. Here it is. Do you believe me now? By Al B. Shore. Oh, man. Oh, this is bad. Judge, could you close off anything about the book? Juror, I have to tell my colleague, don't send me any more press releases about the book. Combs, I have a question. Hands up. Judge, is it a salaried position? Juror, my bonus is tied to books. Finally, Tenny Garrigo steps up and says, look, press releases refer to mysterious 2018 death. The trial will include discussion of Kim Porter and Al B. Shore. Judge, isn't this too close to home? OUSA Comey, we won't hear much about Mr. Brown or Ms. Porter, but sure, excluded. So that person was excluded. So they finally got a person excluded. Next juror. I have a class at CUNY. I have to log in at 4:50. Judge, could it work if you left here at 4 p.m.? How do you view the class? Juror, on my phone. I know of Dallas Austin. I know from news about Sean Combs' children and the choreographer Lorianne Gibson. Juror, I used to watch Making the Band. Saw Dawn Richards, Harv Pierre, Michelle Williams. I know of Cassie Ventura. I've seen things in the news. Judge, what? Juror, video of mistreatment, but I can listen objectively. My fiance had a felony case, drugs. Juror. He pled guilty, got 4 years, came home and won. I'm aware of his music dating back to the 1990s from the radio. Judge. I see no grounds for excluding. Oh, wow. Wow. And then Mark Agdafilio and what both parties agree. So that means Mark Agdafilio agreed. I don't know if he got any more objections left. Okay, next is juror 52. You have traveled to the Spirit Weaves gathering. What is that? Juror 52, a woman's event, dancing in the woods. Judge, you'd have to miss that. I believe it will be available in future years. I had experience with sexual assault in college. A neighbor, we were flirting. He took it too far. Yeah, okay, man. Sure. We were flirting and he took it too far. Sure. See, here's what I was saying about these women, man. These women, I swear to God, that's the reason why I don't fly. I don't fly out, nah, bitch. You're not getting flown out with me. I'll fly out to you, and I'm flying out myself. This shit is nuts, yo. This shit is nuts. But there, I think a lot of women have actually harassed or assaulted. I don't think it makes the person you did a horrible person in all respects. I have a psychology degree in sexuality and women's self-esteem. Judge, master's, juror 52, bachelor's, juror 52. I work at a bougie design firm, Pentagram. Judge, what do they design? 52, fonts. Judge, like Courier? Juror, oh, never. 52, judge, I see no ground to exclude. Stupid parties agree, of course. Judge, next is 55. You got an open bottle ticket? Yes, okay, those are the ones I read to you guys. Department of Corrections in charge of incarcerated accounts. I sued the Park Authority, blah, 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 hurt my back on the escalator. All right. And then they agreed, and then they took lunch. They're back, and we'll begin with juror number 60. Judge, you answered that you or someone close to you were the victim of sexual assault or harassment. Would you prefer to discuss that privately? Juror, yes. Courtroom and jury selection, go confidential. Right? They're back. Judge, you are excused. Get you up out of here. The deputy will tell you where to go next. Juror 60 leaves. Next juror, female. I know 3 or 4 people on the list. Not personally. I know of them. I know Dallas Austin and Dawn Richard. I grew up watching MTV. Juror. I was hit by a car, got foot surgery, and my boyfriend of the time got a tetanic plate. In the Bronx, my uncle was charged with raping his then baby mama. Can you be fair? I might have. I think it wouldn't be a problem. The details were vague. Juror, I saw a documentary on HBO. Judge, any further questions? AUSA Comey, I have one. Shows Acnafilio, then judge. If you heard testimony from people you saw in the HBO documentary, would you believe them? Juror, it would depend. I don't remember much. AUSA Comey, this juror hesitated about the HBO documentary. We anticipated some of these in the documentary testifying at trial. We anticipate some of these in the documentary testifying at trial. We asked for exclusion. Combs Agnafilio, she said she could be fair. We want to keep her. Judge, she is excluded. Wow! Yo, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. So, yo, you see this? This is nuts. So unfair. So whenever AUSA Comey, when she asks for someone to be excluded, they get excluded right away. When Combs Agnafilio says we want to be back, this guy Agnafilio, Diddy, get him out of there. Teeny, Growly Gold, whoever your name is, you're too passive. You were too passive, yo. Where's Brian Steele? These two lawyers, first of all, Agnifilio is letting AUSA Comey bully him. And the other one, Teeny Gagos, ain't saying shit. She is excluded. Juror 63, male. I was picked up by the police. I thought for no reason. I didn't like it. Several occasions. I can't wipe it off my memory. Judge, law enforcement agents as witnesses. Juror 63, I'd take it with a grain of salt. Those with immunity too, I can't trust. Judge, he is excluded. Juror 65, male. I have to take care of my child. I could try, but guilt or innocence, I don't know. Judge, you have to see it first? Juror 65, yes, I had trouble understanding the questions. Excused for cause. So he got excused. Juror 70, I work in a lab in a hospital. I got training, but I have problem with legal words. Also, man push woman. He does not mean it. Judge, who? Juror 70, my husband. Judge, what happened? Juror 70, he pled guilty. They took him to jail. Excused. She's up out of here. Juror 81, I am a behavioral health associate at Elmhurst Hospital. I deal with psychiatrists daily. Judge, any patients with trauma? Juror 81, they all have trauma. I was with Department of Homeless Services Police. Judge, you meant son's prom? Juror 81, my ex-husband was convicted of attempted murder in Brooklyn, served 21 years. Judge, victim's name? Juror 81, I don't remember. My stepson was getting bullied on the block. He came to the block with some friends. There was gunfire. Judge, any application? None. Next juror. When it was breaking, house raids, arrests, Cassie the artist. Judge, can you be fair? Juror, yes. No applications. Juror not excluded. Juror 89, I know Diageo. I'm a sales manager with airline. Oh boy, they sell that in the airlines. Have they hired a lawyer for picking jurors? Yeah, but Agnifilio is a dummy. I don't know, but Agnifilio has been there the whole entire time. He's been the one who has not. First, he had Shapiro, Laurie Shapiro. She couldn't even get the man a bond, for Christ's sakes. Agnifilio, every single thing that he tried to put in as a motion, they said no to. He tried to get the freak off tapes, they said no. He tried to get this tape thrown out, they said no. Everything that he suggested, they've said no. And Tenny Garrios, your damn father is a lawyer. Why don't you ask him what you need to do? Because you are too timid. This AUSA, Comey, she is a bitch. She's looked like she's scaring teeny gayer ghosts. Juror 89 was excused when he said, my sister, a federal prosecutor, San Antonio, she works mostly on immigration. Can you be fair? Yes, growing up, the neighbors were a high-profile couple. I was close in age with the girlfriend. My parents asked me to be the peacemaker. Juror 89 is excused. Wow. So this judge said, yeah, I can be fair, but you're excused. Juror 92, I'd like to serve, but my child is in the hospital. Judge, excused. Get you up out of here. Juror 106, I'm with Agenda Health on the board of St. John's Hospital in Yonkers. I have a friend at the Manhattan DA repping the LGBTQ community here. Judge, can you be fair? Juror 106, yes. Leaves. Juror 110, I have job interviews planned. Judge, I'm going to excuse you for cause. Well, you excuse up a cause, but the one that got a training, you said they can't go. Juror 116, I can't stand videos of skateboarders going down on the ground. I just can't. Judge, but can you be fair? 116, yes. Judge, you saw the hallway video. Juror 116, I didn't see much of it. Stop lying. The hallway video is only about 30 seconds long. So for these people saying, I didn't see much of it, the video is only 30 seconds long. What do you mean you didn't see much of it? You seen him dragging her? Yo, I'm telling you, these people are straight lying. They're lying because they want to get on there and say guilty. How do you mean you didn't see much of it? This is BS, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to seem like I'm defending Diddy, but come on, man. You got to be fair. You got to give the guy a fair trial. This has been unfair from the beginning. It's been unfair his whole trial. The guy not being able to be out on bond, but the Abercrombie and French guys out on bond, the other people's out on bond. Everybody's getting the damn Hernandez brothers about to get out of jail. I have a written question. Passes it up. Judge, how can you watch violence in court but not on TV? 116. The latter is staged. He leaves, not excluded. So they kept him in. Of course they did. Agnafilio finally comes back. I'm going to want to question the juror from HBO, but not in front of the others. Judge, well, get to that. Bring in juror 117. Juror 117, my wife deposed Sean Combs in a case about a stampede. Judge, has she expressed negative view about him? Yes. Right? Judge, did you tell your wife you're on this case? Nah, that is so. Listen, his wife has already expressed negative view about Sean Combs. It don't matter whether you tell her you're on the case or not. This guy can't be on the case. Did you tell your wife? No, but another prospective juror who knows my wife saw me and told her. Write that juror's name on this post-it done. My adopted adult daughter has been sexually abused. Comey, I have a question. Can you not talk about this case with your wife? Yes. Oh, wow. If you are chosen, I will order you not to speak to her about that. Oh, and what are you going to go home with him every night? This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Oh, I'm going to order you not to speak to your wife about it. What? So, yo, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I've never seen. They got an adopted adult daughter who was sexually abused. The wife spoke bad about Sean Combs. Somebody told his wife he was doing the case. Come on, man. The wife is just going to sit there and say, you ain't got to talk about the case. I'm just going to tell you all the negative things about Sean Combs. He's guilty. Oh, USA question. I have a question. Can you not talk about this case with your wife? Yes. With her about this case? Excuse. Comey, what's the name of the other juror? Judge, later. Wow. Somebody said, what? HBO putting out negative docs as grounds to exclude a loan. SMH. Conversely, if he put him, they'd put out positive documentaries too. This is crazy. Crazy. Absolutely insane. This is a setup. It can't be anything but. It can't be anything but. Now, here we go again. Judge, what's the name of the judge? Later. Juror 118. I know Mr. Combs has parties with drugs and sex. You see that? All of that stuff that was on, you see what I'm saying? They don't, that's not even a fact. That's not even a fact, but that's what's out there. That is exactly what the state of New York wanted to do. I know that Mr. Combs has parties with drugs and sex. I learned it from podcasts. I listen to Joe Rogan. Can you be fair? Yes. Wow. Not excused, nor is 127. They're moving fast. Combs, I want to question the HBO witness. Judge, you can make an application now. The group questions, not excused. Juror comes back in. Juror 5, I live in Manhattan. I work in finance. I am church goer, member in Connecticut, but attend St. John Baptist on the Upper East Side. Juror 22, I work in web maintenance. I get newsletters from our local politicians like Harvey Epstein. I don't have a TV. I look toots and the Maytals. I am a member of the community garden. Judge, I wanted to ask about the migraines. The evidence will be on screens. Juror 20, I live in Westchester alone. I have 2 master's degree, bachelor in PR, and then sports science. I binge watch Netflix. I live alternative rock, play volleyball. Juror 116, I'm 68 years old, work for phone company as a field tech. I listen to 1010 Wins. Juror 2, I'm a massage therapist. I'm single. I'm a BFA in acting from NYU. I listen to NPR. Like jazz, I go to the gym. I'm in SAG and Actors Equity. Juror 52, woman from Westchester, freelance writing. I'm ready. NYU, the cooking map, mostly the cooking app. That's about fonts. We're trying to see. I want to see if he got a chance to question this person. This is crazy. This is crazy. They're pretty much just getting exactly what they do. No one really cares. Combs, Brian Steele. Could we enter your courthouse at 7 or 7:15 so we can meet Mr. Combs? Fine with me. Check with the marshals. I guess this is adjournment for the day. This is nuts. I will see some of you on May 12th. Then victim 3. Then will victim 3 testify? Or USA? I don't know. She may not show. Will you mention her in the opening? I don't expect so. If she were to testify, it would be the second half, Judge. If you can, tell them later this week. So victim 3 may not show up because I believe that victim 3 is the one who said, I will testify with my name. That is Gina Young, Gina Wang, or whatever the hell you pronounce that. Right? So now it's saying she may not show up. Brian Steele, okay, so he said, can we enter 7 or 7:15? Judge, we are adjourned. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So shout out to Inner City Press. Man, oh man. To me, I listen, I don't know about y'all, man. I don't know about y'all, but I really don't see how anybody can think that that's fair. Of what happened here was fair. I don't see how anybody can think that what happened today was fair. They are already being unfair. Wow. They're already being unfair. You're allowing people there, a man who works for HBO, then you're allowing a man whose wife deposed Diddy in the past. And how is your lawyers not objecting to that? How is your lawyers okay with that? Diddy's lawyers are awful. They're getting bullied by this RUSA. And let's not forget, the state brought in, you see, they're already playing sides. The state brought in 6 white prosecutors, 6 white female prosecutors. And for those who don't know Cassie, they're going to say she looks white. And on top of that, who's Cassie with and married to now? A white guy. So she's with and married to a white guy. So they're going to be looking at her as, look at this N-word dragging this white woman. Wow, man. Diddy's lawyers need to be more aggressive, man. Let's see what y'all saying. Let's see. This shit's messed up. I agree. This is messed up, man. Messed up. Amanda, he'll get it on appeal. That's what you said. Amanda said thinks he'll get in on appeal. New judge, absolutely. Yeah, Wayne, I'm telling you, man, Diddy's lawyers, man, what are y'all doing, man? Y'all trying to send the brother? And again, if they come and they have evidence, here's my thing. Here's my thing. Right? Even with the whole women and everything, right? Here's my thing. If they have proof, right? If they have proof that Diddy drugged women against their will, right? If they have proof, Amanda says you think to get an appeal. If they have evidence that Diddy drugged these women against their will, then he should pay some sort of consequence. However, if there is no proof, that these drugs were taken against their will and all we got is their word, nah, man, you can't do that. You can't do that. All we got is your word? Nah, man. That ain't right. Man said he'll win on appeal. Okay. Well, I hope so. Like I said, man, I'm rooting for Diddy. I don't want to see Diddy go there because, again, and let me tell you what that's going to do as we close. I'm going to tell you what that's going to do. All you women, y'all can blame Cassie Ventura. All you women that are used to getting flown out by rappers and getting Birkin bags and shit like that after y'all smash, all y'all in trouble. The Anna Montanas of the world, the Jade of the world. Well, Jade got a boyfriend actually now. The Anna Montanas of the world, the ones that be going out, the Bernice Burgos of the world. These rappers are saying, forget it. It's over. I'm not flying nobody else out because y'all gonna come back here 10 years later and say that you were great. Thank you very much for the super chat, Wayne, and for the super chat. Y'all gonna come back here and say you were great. This is about to mess it up for a lot of women who are what we call jersey chasers. Y'all can thank Cassie and all these people coming back out of the woodwork that was more than happy to smash Diddy all these years, and now they're coming back to try to catch a check. The women and men, y'all gonna mess it up now. Nobody's gonna be getting flown out. I know I wouldn't be flying none of these hoes out. Not after this. No, sir. Catch a bus. They can't even do it on a bus because if you cross state lines, no more. If I don't come to you, now everybody's like, oh, Diddy nervous during the trial. Of course he's nervous. This man, this is his life. This is his life. He should be nervous. He should be nervous. These lawyers, man, Diddy's lawyers got to be more aggressive. These lawyers got to be more aggressive, man. It is crazy. Anyway, y'all, that was day one of the trial. Went through all the tweets. Shout out to Inner City Press. And we're going to be back here tomorrow. Celtics and Knicks are at the end of the first quarter. Celtics up 26-25. And the Knicks are at Thunder, and the Nuggets are later tonight. So, y'all want to support the page and support the movement? The Cash App is $Heaven Hollywood. Man, oh man, this is going to be a long trial. And so far after day one, things don't look good for Diddy. No wonder he was nervous. He's seeing everything that's going on. I'd be nervous too. He didn't take a plea, and God only knows the plea was probably 15 years. I mean, he's 50-something years old. 15 years, man, that's almost like a... No, it's not a life sentence, because if he got sentenced to 15 years with time served, he could get out in 10. He'll be, what, 65, 64, 65? But if he had found guilty of this... Now, recently, the rappers have been winning. Young Thug got off. A$AP Rocky got off. They dropped the charges on Jay-Z. So lately, the rappers have been winning. So let's see. Let's see what happens with Puff. The only thing I ask for is give the man a fair trial, man. Everybody deserves a fair trial. And it seems like to me that Diddy's already fighting a losing battle. And that is not right. And I don't care who you are. All right? Y'all make sure y'all check out the video. Anything you missed, y'all go back and check it out. All right, y'all. Peace.